What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on intelligence versus belief. Also, if you hit that subscribe button, I would be truly grateful. I'm a meditation coach and I've guided hundreds of people in their meditation journeys. If you have any questions as to how to start or want a one-on-one session with me, either comment down below or message me on Instagram at VishVibes. Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who is enlightening the world. He has had a profound impact on the journey of the self, and the self is truly grateful for him. The self has talked a lot about belief in the past and what that means. Intelligence, from what he has described, tends to be focused on the aspects of memory and imagination. However, let's see what he has to say and what the exact differences are.
In the society, we live in organized groups. There will continue to exist belief systems. Is that so? That means that will continue to exist conflicts.
You're saying they will continue to believe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, belief system will continue to exist.
Are you making a prediction for the future?
Not necessarily a prediction.
I think if your intelligence functions, if you allow it to function, your intelligence is incapable of believing anything, isn't it so? Yes or no? Yes?
I don't know, because I do know a lot of very famous and even at the personal level physicists and researchers who are very intelligent, at least by societal terms, and they do believe in God and have religion, so I don't know about this.
Your intelligence wants to know. It is not ready to believe anything actually, but you are forsaking your intelligence because your fear is so dominant. You feel comfortable in believing. But if you allow your intelligence to take you ahead, your intelligence doesn't believe anything. It wants to know everything, isn't it? Yes, is that the nature of your intelligence? So, if you allow your intelligence to function, then you will see all your beliefs will just fall apart because you know you don't know, isn't it? But it takes a lot of pressure to make you admit it. But actually you know that you don't know, isn't it? Do you know? Yes, then what's the problem? You don't have to admit it to anybody, at least to yourself. Can't you admit, okay, I don't know? If you don't know, do you see you have to use your intelligence? Do you
I see the connection.
See, suppose, let's say it's pitch dark, you don't know how the ground is. Do you see how alert you will become? Every step that you take? That's how it is. When you do not know, everything becomes bright.
Wow.
It is just looking. Your intelligence is all hyped up and looking. When you assume, I know, everything settles down and you go on with your stupid life, isn't it?
It's almost like that term, I'm not sure what the exact words are, but that oblivion is bliss, and it's very true. When you make up things and you have these beliefs, or just call them assumptions, then it doesn't force you to want to explore the realities and what is the truth. So that is a very valid point.
Is it all right if you use your intelligence? Do I have your permission? Is it okay for you to use your intelligence? Or is it against God? It's all right. I'm asking you, is it against God if you employ your intelligence and live your life?
I don't think so.
If God was against intelligence, He wouldn't have created it, isn't it? If the Creator was against you functioning intelligently, it wouldn't have been given to you, isn't it?
Actually,
so, if you employ your intelligence, you will see your intelligence is not willing to believe anything. It is only the fear in you. Don't you ever believe that it is bhakti. No bhakti, just fear which is making you believe things, isn't it? That's why you made it Bhaya Bhakti.
Bhaya means fear.
There's no Bhaya and Bhakti together. if bhakti comes, I'm sorry, you know what's bhaya bhakti? Huh? Yourself? No? Bhaya means fear, bhakti means devotion. See, if devotion comes, fear will not exist in you. If fear exists, that means devotion has not come. But you made a hybrid. You want to have both. Bhaya bhakti. There's no bhaya bhakti, just bhaya. Only fear. No fear and devotion cannot exist together. Please say this.
Wow, truly grateful for that beautiful nugget of wisdom that Sadhguru shared with us. It is such a simple yet profound thing that he describes, with the idea that intelligence is given to us as a gift so we can use it. And instead of making all these false assumptions and beliefs about certain things, it's better to just use the intelligence to actually find out the truth. The moment you make that belief or the false assumption, or the assumption that just could be false or true, you're automatically closing the doors and blinding the eyes from what the truth is. It's like what I said earlier, it's all about saying, I don't know. It's a very powerful statement, and that realization will have even more of a profound impact on you. The moment you truly realize that you don't know anything or you don't know a lot, that will create that thirst and hunger by the intelligence to want to go seek what is the truth and then experience it. So the self is truly grateful for that wisdom. I would have to say the ending where Sadhguru talks about how God has given us intelligence, or he doesn't say he has, but it's more like a, if God has given it to you, why shouldn't you use it? I don't know if I truly would vibe with that, because just because you have the capability to do something doesn't mean that you should do it. This could be as simple as, let's say you have a pair of glasses and you could break it with your hands, but would you? You shouldn't, right? And so I don't know if I vibe with that particular part, but regardless, I do resonate with the overall message that he was trying to portray. Also, it is very fascinating to see how he talked about devotion at the end, and how you can't have devotion and fear together. To be honest, the self has not experienced complete devotion, and so the self doesn't know if that's true or not true, and I will have to give the answer that he always encourages us, which is to just say, I don't know. But it is an interesting thing to experiment with and try to experience on the self. Devotion to the self's understanding with the limited knowledge is really just about showing respect, maybe having some sort of connection to a divine force, and doesn't necessarily have to just be praying or asking for this and that. The self does know from other videos of Sadhguru that it has a much more deeper, significant, spiritual meaning. Also, it is important to note that intelligence, as Sadhguru describes, being the memory and the imagination, is a tool that a lot of human beings suffer today. These are two of the most powerful gifts that we have, and a lot of us are suffering the imagination and the memory. People are stuck to these past events that have occurred and can't just get over it and can't let go. And people worry about the future, about events that haven't even happened, and again, become miserable. It is all, as Eckhart Tolle calls it, the power of now. All that we have is this present moment. This now. The now is so powerful and sacred and divine, because the logical mind and its creation of even time cannot pinpoint it. It can only reach a limit. It is impossible to pinpoint the now, because it is greater than the millisecond, greater than the nanosecond. We just can't even quantify it. However, it is important to realize that that is all we have, and that is why we must use that power. Thank you so much for watching this response to Sadhguru's video. Take this joyfully, make it a great day, stay conscious.